There it goes. Okay. He talks about wanting us to receive the treasures of darkness, and it's actually a devotional I started many years ago about depression that I did not finish. And what I would do is I would get up in the middle of the night and write it in the dark. That was exactly how I did it. Now this sounds ridiculous for somebody who can barely see in the dark. Who ran into the door last night because I didn't know it was closed and I couldn't see it. But I would go get my flashlight and I would go get my pen, and I had this real pretty book, and I would just start writing reflections and things that would come to me in the middle of the night in the dark. That God gives us the treasures of darkness, and so darkness is a treasure of sorts because it shows us and reveals to us how important the light is. And it reveals what's happening or what's coming forth from the night. So it's obvious that the beginning, and that the beginning of God's reign and recognizing all this different stuff is very foundational to understanding creation. And it's also foundational to understanding the rest of the Bible, because if we don't really understand it for what it's for, we don't understand it. We don't understand what it's about. We don't understand about God's reign, and we don't see that the whole entire Bible is God's reign. Even though you've got these rulers, and you get into 1st and 2nd Kings that were crazy and off their rocker and disobeying God, or even though you have the different occupations, or you have the death of Christ, or you have the Antichrist in the church, and the false leaders, and all this stuff that we make larger than life, if we accept God's reign, then that means God is still here through all that stuff, and that God is with us. And so the question when people start, where is God, like when Paris happened, like God should come down from the sky and say, no, and that should be the end of it. We really expect God to do stuff like that. Or when traumas or things happen and people want to know where God is, the answer is God is where He's always been. He is in His reign. He is on His throne, and He is still ruling the earth even from where He is. His rule, He gave us free will. He gave us the choice to make decisions. He gave us the ability to do that. And we are now in this era because we thought we knew better than God, and we're going to get into that when we study the fall of man. We're dealing with the effects of sin because we all think we know better than God. And isn't that a commentary on our world, whether you're saved or unsaved, or in church or not in church, or whoever you are, all these people, I believe God exists. And we even deal with people in church who think they know better than God. Well, I'm going to speak this and it's going to happen, and I'm going to do this and that. Well, aren't we not recognizing the reign of God? The first thing we all have to do in the lives of believers, it's probably the most important thing, secondary to salvation, is accepting the reign of God and accepting that He is truly on His throne, and we are going to agree with and to coincide with that. Now, next time we're going to get into creation, and we're going to look at the different days and the different things that were created and all that sort of stuff, and other things we can glean from that. And does anybody have any commentary? Everybody gets so quiet when we ask if there's commentary. Mother, do you have any commentary? No, really? You know, we're going to turn off, I know I'm going to turn off the camera and everybody's going to want to talk. Okay, you can turn off. Just hit the button again.
This button?
Yep.